did it, boys. 100 subs. 100 subscribers deserves a celebration. And for a rail fan, there's no better way to celebrate than by driving a real train. This is the locomotive we'll be driving. It's an 060 saddleback switcher made by Vulcan Iron Works in 1931. It was operated by the Lehigh Valley Coal Company before ending up at this railway museum. Engines like this were given the name saddleback because of this structure on top of the boiler. Because this is a tank engine, it has no tender to carry coal and water, so this structure holds all the water while this box in the back holds all the coal. Climbing inside the cab, we get to see the controls. This lever with the brass handle is the throttle. This lever with the red handle is your Johnson bar, otherwise known as your reverser or valve gear. These two canisters with the levers on top are your brakes, although we'll only be using this one today. This small lever with the red ball is your cylinder cocks, and this rope is the whistle. And that large curved structure to the left is the end of the boiler and the firebox. Starting out, we went slow to get the water out of the cylinders.
Clear. He just said clear. That means his side's clear. So that red lever, throw it all the way back. Okay, that goes the cylinder cock. We're done with it. That's how we get stopped. Just a good speed.
Now I'm adjusting the Johnson bar. This is constricting the flow of steam to the cylinders. We can't go fast on this track because it's very old.
All you're doing there is keeping him on the water. Okay. Another 15 seconds and out.
The train was starting to slow down a bit, so the engineer told me to give it a little steam, but I didn't know that the throttle was very sensitive.
Hey, do me a favor. Yeah. Let me see your right hand. There you go.
Oh, okay. Here, I thought I was holding open the brakes. I kept feeling resistance from the lever, and I thought that the brakes would be applied if I didn't hold them open. I figured it was a safety feature, kind of like a dead man's pedal. But it turns out, the brakes stay unapplied on their own. Here, the engineer is giving me a rundown of the route.
One of the things the engineers learned running these things, these locomotives, they have to learn their railroad. Okay? So, you've been going uphill the whole time. You know that? No. Okay, we're going uphill. We're going to get to a spot up here, and I'll point it out to you, the crest of the hill, the crown, top. Okay. Once we hit that crown of that hill, we're going to be working gravity instead of throttle. Okay? We'll be using the throttle just enough to keep the explosion. Right now you've got the throttle where it keeps you feeding just a little bit, keep you moving. So, just a little bit. Now you're going downhill, so now we're breathing. Give it a bump. Alright, like that. Just enough to get it moving. And we'll let gravity take care of it now.
The engineer's telling me to bump it, which means give the cylinders enough steam to keep the train's momentum, but not enough to accelerate. Now we've reached the end of the track, and it's time to throw the engine into reverse and drive back to the Railway Museum.
Alright. How you doing? Okay. You can bring the Johnson bar all the way to the back. You're there. Make sure it's flat. Okay. 3 2. 2 2 2. Okay. A little bit of throttle and take the brake off. Take the brake off. Throttle back. Watch where you're going. You got a kind of pinky hole here that you got to watch, okay? All right. Easy. Like that.
But we don't need to touch the throttle.
Go down enough, stop it, back up. Okay. Slow it down, stop it, speed up, stop it, speed up, don't feel it. There we go.
Now we're coming up on a crossing, which means it's whistle time. Soon enough, we were back where we started. The only way I could describe driving a steam train is that it's like a dance. You have to be paying attention the entire time, and there's no sitting still. There's a fine line between too much and too little with all the controls on the locomotive. The steam train wasn't the only thing at the museum, of course. This place had lots of interesting pieces, such as Santa Fe No. 90, which was one of the last engines to pull the famous Santa Fe Super Chief. There was also a refurbished MKT switcher and a very odd MKT inspection car. One of the coolest locomotives at this museum was a Frisco F7, right next to a high rail truck. Before this video is up, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for 100 subscribers. It's been a lot of fun making these videos, and I'm so glad that y'all like them. And special thanks to Minnie Mouse 24. They have the distinction of being my 100th sub. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider checking out some other ones of mine. Till next time.